Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Mr. English Easy. I am Mr. James. Today, I want to tell you a story. It's a small story. Nothing big happens. It's called The Empty Chair, and I've wanted to tell it for a long time. Here's the good news. You don't need a dictionary for this one. You don't need to understand every word. If you miss a word, that's okay. That's normal. Just listen. Let the story happen. And when I ask you to repeat something, say it out loud, even if it feels a little strange. Okay, are you ready? Let's start. It's a small house. Nothing special. There's a kitchen, and in the kitchen, there's a table. Around the table, there are 3 chairs. One chair is for Anna. One chair is for her son, Leo. He's 12 years old, and he never pushes his chair back after breakfast. And the 3rd chair? That one is empty. Every morning, Anna makes coffee for herself and tea for Leo. And every morning, without really thinking about it, she looks at that empty chair. She doesn't say anything. She just looks for 1 second, maybe 2. Then she keeps making breakfast. Now you repeat. She looks at the empty chair. That chair is for Marco. He's Anna's husband. He's Leo's father. He didn't leave forever. He moved to another city for a new job. It happened 6 months ago. More money. A better job. It made sense. But he didn't want to go. Now you repeat. He didn't want to go. He had to go, though. And Anna understands this. She's not angry. But some mornings, she stands by the kitchen counter a little longer than she needs to. Her coffee gets cold in her hand. And she just looks at that chair. Let's slow down for this part. Anna wakes up at 6 o'clock, most days at least. First, she opens the kitchen window. Even in winter, even when it's cold. She likes the smell of the morning air. Before the street gets noisy and busy, the air is cool. The air is fresh. Now you repeat. The air is cool. The air is fresh. Then her morning happens almost by itself. She turns on the kettle, turns on the light, and while the water gets hot, she looks at the photos on the wall. There aren't many, just 3 or 4. One photo of Marco. One photo of Leo as a baby. One photo of all 3 of them at the beach a long time ago. She looks at these photos every day. Sometimes she smiles. It's a small smile, a tired smile, but it's real. Now you repeat. A small smile, but a real one. That's her whole morning, really. Window, coffee, photos. Nothing exciting, but it's hers, and it helps her get through the harder days. At 7 o'clock, Leo gets out of bed. His hair is messy. His eyes are still half closed. "Morning, Mom," he says. "Morning," Anna says, and gives him his tea. He sits down. He looks at his tea. Then, without thinking, he looks at the empty chair too, just like his mom does every day. Now you repeat. He looks at the empty chair too. One morning, he asks, "Do you miss Dad?" Anna stops stirring her coffee. Every day, she says quietly, every single day. Leo nods slowly. Maybe he already knew the answer, but he needed to hear it. Me too, he says. For a minute, nobody says anything. They just sit there with 2 cups and 1 empty chair between them. Now you repeat. They just sit there together. It's not a big moment. Nothing really happens. But somehow, it's an important one. Every evening at 7 o'clock, the phone rings. Almost every day at the same time. It's Marco, of course. "Hey, my love," Anna answers. She's already smiling. "Hey." His voice sounds a little far away, but it still sounds warm. Now you repeat. His voice sounds far away, but warm. "How was your day?" "Long. Busy, but good. And you?" "The same as always. Quiet." They talk about small things, the weather, something Leo did at school, what's for dinner. It's small talk, but somehow it doesn't feel small. Now you repeat, small talk, but it means something big. Then Leo takes the phone. "Hi, Dad." "Hey, buddy, how are you?" "I got a good grade on my math test." "No way, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you." Leo is smiling now, a big, happy smile. And for a few minutes, that empty chair doesn't feel so empty. Now you repeat. The chair doesn't feel so empty right now. Weeks go by like this. Then, one Friday evening, there's a knock at the door. This is strange, because Anna isn't expecting anyone. She walks over, a little confused, and opens the door. And there he is, Marco. He's standing there with a bag over his shoulder and a big smile on his face. Now you repeat, there he is. "Surprise," he says softly. Anna doesn't say a word. She just hugs him. A long hug. A warm hug. "Dad!" Leo runs out of his room and hugs him too. For a moment, nobody talks. They just stand together, right there at the door. Now you repeat. They just stand there together. Later that evening, they all sit at the table. Anna makes coffee. She makes tea for Leo. And this time, she doesn't need to make anything for the 3rd chair, because this time, it's not empty. Now you repeat. This time, it's not empty. It's a simple story, but there's something important in it. Life gives us empty chairs sometimes. Empty seats at the table, empty hours in the day, people we miss. Now you repeat. We all have an empty chair sometimes. But empty doesn't have to mean forever. Sometimes the chair fills up again. Sometimes it's just a phone call or a photo on the wall that makes you smile. You don't need everything to be perfect. You don't need people with you every hour, every day. Really, a phone call, a smile, a hug at the door. That's usually enough. Now you repeat. These small moments are enough. Now let's go back through the important lines from the story. I say it, you repeat it. Nice and slow. She looks at the empty chair. He had to. The air is cool. The air is fresh. They just sit there together. Small talk, but it means something big. There he is. This time, it's not empty. Great job, really. Notice this. None of those sentences were hard. Short words, simple grammar. But they still feel real. That's the secret. You don't need big words to sound natural. You need clear words and a little confidence. Now you repeat. Clear words and a little confidence. I know English can feel tiring some days. Like you're sitting in front of an empty chair, waiting for progress that isn't here yet. I understand. Some days are slow, but you don't need to rush. You don't need to sound like other people in your class or on your favorite YouTube channel. You just need to keep showing up, a little bit most days. Now you repeat, just keep showing up. Anna made coffee every single morning, even on the hard mornings, even when Marco's chair sat there empty. That's really what this story is about. Showing up again and again, even when nothing feels different yet. One day it clicks, maybe not all at once, but one day you'll open your mouth to speak English, and it will just come out, easier than you thought. Now you repeat. One day it'll just come out. So that's the empty chair. So that's today's story. I hope you liked it. I hope your mouth is a little tired from repeating those sentences. That's actually a good sign. Come back tomorrow if you can. Listen again if this one was hard for you. There's no rush. Slow progress is still progress. Now you repeat. Slow progress is still progress. Thank you for spending this time with me. I really mean that. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.